Today I'm going to show you the real Moscow.
Russia is a land of dramatic contrasts, where elegance walks hand in hand with endurance, and natural beauty stretches as far as the eye can see. In this journey, we take you beyond cliches and cold stereotypes to uncover the real rhythm of Russian life. Russia's beautiful women. Let's address the question that seems to linger in travel circles and online forums. Why are Russian women so beautiful? The idea isn't new, and certainly not confined to internet rumor. From the imperial days of the czars to today's globalized pop culture, Russian women have often been admired for their striking looks. But is it genetics, culture, or something more? Firstly, Russian women are not inherently more beautiful than others by some universal standard. Beauty is subjective after all. However, the dedication many Russian women show toward their appearance can make it seem like the entire nation stepped out of a fashion magazine. Being well-dressed, polished, and poised is not a luxury or occasional choice in Russia. It's part of the social norm. Even in rural areas, women take pride in coordinating their clothing, maintaining their hair and nails, and carrying themselves with grace. In fact, beauty salons and cosmetic stores are as common in Moscow and Kazan as corner shops. There's a strong cultural belief that a woman should always look presentable, not just for others, but for herself. It's a reflection of dignity and self-respect, a notion passed down from Soviet times when fashion options were scarce, but pride was in abundance. The historical roots of beauty. During the Soviet era, life was tough, and women bore the brunt of hardship during wars, labor shortages, and economic deprivation. Fashion and beauty products were luxuries, and many women had to get creative, sewing their own dresses, using homemade remedies for skincare, and even queuing for hours just to buy a decent pair of shoes. That deprivation, paradoxically, laid the foundation for the elegance and care Russian women practice today. After the fall of the Soviet Union in the 1990s, a flood of Western cosmetics and fashion poured into Russia. Women who had been denied these pleasures for decades embraced them wholeheartedly. Looking stylish wasn't just about vanity. It was a quiet celebration of freedom, identity, and the joy of choice. Mothers began teaching daughters that appearance matters, not out of superficiality, but because it reflected how seriously you approached life. Even today, a woman stepping out without makeup or in loungewear is uncommon, especially in big cities. The culture simply doesn't accept sloppiness, even in casual settings. Beauty in practice, not just in genetics. What truly distinguishes Russian women is not just their physical beauty, but their consistent effort and habit of presenting themselves in a certain way. From bold lipstick to a perfectly matching scarf, every detail matters. You might notice a woman with pink hair wearing a sparkly silver coat, perfectly matched accessories, and nail polish that complements her boots. Not a coincidence, but a deliberate choice. This emphasis on aesthetics also explains why you'll find beauty salons, nail bars, and hairdressers on nearly every block in urban Russia. Self-care is a routine, not an event. Even younger girls are taught from a young age that grooming is part of being an adult, and it's common to see even teenagers with polished looks. This isn't just about impressing men. While courtship customs are certainly different and in many cases more traditional than in the West, much of this attention to appearance is internalized and supported by women's communities, peer groups, and generational values. Russian women and romantic culture. Speaking of tradition, romantic relationships in Russia are often influenced by values that date back generations. Many Russian women value loyalty, emotional strength, and patience. Divorce is seen as a last resort, and many will try to preserve a relationship if it's possible. That's not to say Russian women are passive, far from it, but in romantic life, they often expect men to lead. It's not uncommon for a man to handle logistics, make bold romantic gestures, or take initiative in family planning, roles that are sometimes viewed as old-fashioned in other parts of the world. Women, in turn, often focus on being supportive, nurturing, and emotionally available. It creates a dynamic that might feel familiar to those who appreciate traditional roles in dating and family life. However, these roles are evolving, especially in younger generations who are increasingly career-driven, internationally minded, and self-assured. Despite this shift, many Russian women still hold on to one trait that Westerners often find striking: romanticism. Whether it's handwritten love notes or an old-fashioned desire to build a life with someone who offers stability and mutual respect, there's an underlying idealism in the way relationships are viewed. Beyond the people, Russia's natural beauty. But let's not make the mistake of focusing only on Russia's people. The land itself is arguably just as beautiful, if not more so. From the mystical forests of Karelia to the mountainous ridges of the Caucasus, Russia is a land of pristine, untouched natural beauty. Nature lovers will be in awe of Lake Baikal, the world's deepest and cleanest freshwater lake, located in Siberia. In winter, it becomes a sparkling expanse of ice. In summer, it's surrounded by verdant forests and filled with rich biodiversity. Then there's Kamchatka, the wild eastern peninsula filled with active volcanoes, hot springs, and brown bears. It's one of the most remote and unspoiled regions of the world, and one that few travelers get to explore. If you're more inclined toward cultural landscapes, Russia offers cities like Kazan, with its harmonious blend of Islamic and Orthodox heritage, or Sochi on the Black Sea, known for its beaches and Olympic history. And of course, Moscow and St. Petersburg are cities of immense architectural wonder. The onion domes of St. Basil's Cathedral, the regal elegance of the Winter Palace, and the opulent metro stations that resemble underground palaces, Russia's cities are a photographer's paradise. A culture of pride and presentation. To truly understand Russia, you must see it as a place of layered complexities, an empire that endured revolutions and war, a society shaped by hardship and resilience, and a people who have held tightly to pride in themselves, their history, and their appearance. Russian women, as a reflection of that culture, show us how strength and elegance can coexist. Their attention to detail, sense of style, and inner drive are not just cultural quirks, they are national traits. Meanwhile, Russia's landscapes reflect the same values, vast, proud, and untamed, yet breathtakingly beautiful. So, whether you're wandering through the golden leaves of a Moscow autumn, trekking across Siberia's endless forests, or sharing tea with a Russian family, you'll find something very specific to Russia: intentional beauty, not just in how things look, but in how they are lived. If this journey through Russia inspired you or opened your eyes to a new perspective, don't forget to show your support. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon for more authentic travel documentaries.